So today we're going to learn more about the new FAFSA application for student financial aid. We're going to speak to the ACC Financial Aid Director, Gabby Leon, as well as Financial Aid Advisor, Anais Duran. Gabriella, tell me what they've done to the FAFSA application.
They actually have updated the formula to where it's supposed to allow more people to be eligible for financial aid, a greater number of families to be eligible for the Pell Grant.
So what was the main changes to the process of filling the application out?
The main changes is like students used to have to link their tax information. Students and parents had to use the data retrieval tool to link their tax information to the FAFSA. It will take them out of the FAFSA website, take them to the IRS website, and then bring all the tax. Now, all they have to do is just give consent. So now they just have to go in, check a box, say, yes, I give consent, sign, and that's it.
And then the Ed Department goes and finds that information.
Exactly. The Ed Department of Education will automatically send all the information from the student, and from if the student worked and declaring from tax return, and from the parent or parents if they file together or if they file separately. If they file separate, each parent has to go in and give the consent. That's the only difference. Before, only one parent needed to give the consent. Now, both parents need to give consent if they file separate. If they file jointly, only one.
So Anais, when you're having to explain this to students, how does that process go when you're telling them, especially if they've done it before already? So
it's been an adjustment. I've had to tell them, just forget what you've done in the past, start new, look at it new. But I've helped a student, and I thought I'm used to the FAFSA taking this amount of time. And then I went in and we started it, and then all of a sudden she was done. I was like, that's it? You're done? So I think it is shorter. I think maybe a good 5 minutes shorter than normal.
Okay, so I know it's a growing pain because they just changed it, but do you feel like long term this is going to help with the process or no?
It's kind of hard to say, honestly, because
it's so new, kind of.
It's so new, one, and two, it's still based on a prior year. Basically, it's linking tax information from 2 years ago. So it might be a faster process on processing the FAFSA, but what's going to happen is it's going to create more special circumstances, what we call in the financial aid world, or professional judgments. If a student's family situation has changed from what it was 2 years ago, meaning parents are not working or making as much money as they were, or maybe something happens and somebody got sick and now they have medical expenses that they didn't have 2 years ago, or unfortunately somebody has passed away, or parents have gotten divorced and now the student lives only with one parent and there's only one income. Those are special circumstances that we can adjust for after the student has completed the FAFSA. So those are the things that the students have to come and talk to us in the financial aid office if something like that ever happens while the academic year is in progress. It doesn't matter if they already received financial aid. It doesn't matter if we already processed the FAFSA, and let's say we told them, oh, you're not eligible, your parents made too much money, but now they have this situation happening. Now, with that happening, we can make adjustments, and maybe the student can be eligible, and we can give them financial aid from that point forward. So it's always, that's the only thing that's might change, and we're going to see probably an increase in those situations.
Have you guys been inundated down there? Like, has it kind of created a sort of backlog with the advisors, or
not yet?
Not yet. We
do you
don't
feel
know
that
yet.
it will?
Oh, yes.
Maybe in March when we get the applications.
When that deadline starts coming across?
Well, when we start getting those ISER applications, we're trying to get as much of our system ready and set up for when the ISERs get released to us. But honestly, without the ISERs files, there's no way. It doesn't matter how much we set up the system. If the system is not ready, or if there are errors in our system, we won't know until we get those ISERs. So what we mainly...
What's an ISER?
The ISER is what we like the FAFSA, but on our side.
The electronic version of the FAFSA.
Okay.
Is student...
For our records.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's student record.
Okay.
Basically, the information student record that we receive from the Department of Education. And we ask for students to please, be patient, because we might be getting the applications now, but we have to figure it out that the system is processing them correctly, making sure that it is requesting the right information from each of the students. And then we have to have time to process verification, verify all the data is correct before we can actually package the students and award them the correct financial aid. Because it's a new table, it's a new formula of Pell Grant. We don't even know what the final award amount is going to be of the Pell Grant. They're still debating if they're going to increase it, how much they're going to increase it. Their suggestions between $300, $500 up to $1,000 more. Mm-hmm. So it's still in Congress. That still hasn't been decided, which it has to be decided. Eventually, we're going to hear about it soon. We just ask for students to be patient with us when we're going through all of these changes.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but high school students, they have to apply, correct? Or graduating seniors have to apply for financial aid one way or another before they apply here? Or
before they graduate, they have to have completed either a FAFSA or a TASFA.
So that's kind of where y'all anticipate a lot of this backlog is going to be created, more or less, correct?
Yes, correct. Yeah.
Even if the student doesn't decide to come to ACC, we still have to process that application.
Yes.
So sometimes if it's neighborhoods or high schools around ACC, they'll just put ACC because they might come here, but then not end up. I mean, we want them to come, definitely come.
So we're kind of like a default, though, for the application for status for
yes.
Okay.
And we still have to award it, and we send them a notification. You've been awarded. This is what we're offering you in case they decide, okay, no, I might not want to start there. I want to come take a class with you.
How many applications then do y'all end up doing?
Last year, we processed 13,000 applications.
Right. When we only have 5,000 students.
Yes, exactly. Just be patient. You will for sure hear from us as soon as we get your application. Please make sure you check your student email account. We will definitely be communicating with you for any additional documentation we need. As soon as you get an email notification, make sure you read it completely. If you don't understand it, please stop by the office and check with us. Make sure that we don't need any additional documentation. If you completed the FAFSA and you have not heard anything from us, and you should have received something from us. Sometimes our emails doesn't work, or the emails goes through spam. It's always good to check after, give it at least 2 weeks after you submit the FAFSA and see what's going on. Always come and check with us, and we'll let you know what the status is and where we are.
And complete the FAFSA itself. Don't get discouraged from all the bad news you've been hearing. Actually do the FAFSA. It's not as hard. I know it's intimidating, but we're here to help.
Just make sure you create your FSA ID and password and wait for their email confirmation that they have verified your account before you actually start your FAFSA. You cannot start the FAFSA unless you have received that email that they have verified your account.
As long as you've done the FSA ID and it's been confirmed, do the FSA ID, wait a couple of days. And then if you are intimidated by the FAFSA, we in the office can help you with it. It's the FSA ID is that hardest part. Once you've done that, we can help you with the application super easily. It's just that FSA ID is harder.
Well, both of y'all, thank you for coming to talk to me.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
To learn more about the process or to fill out your FAFSA form, visit studentaid.gov.